Alright, we are back with more GB. This time I'm going to be playing Random Hero. I have played 11 of my games, so I have 4 left to go. I'm sitting on +4, I think, after a lot of ties and open. Ooh, a first turn closed. This is very good news, I think. A lot of ties and open, and so we have fallen behind the leaders, I think, by a pretty decent margin. And now have to hope to recover in big closed wins. I'm really buying the whole weak corner for this rule set. I have 2 wins on 2 first turns, so I'm gonna stick with my go-to strategy here, and hopefully we get a good game. I think Random Hero has a bias towards playing close to where the action is, so you'll see formations where there's sort of like a J setup, and so say there were cards in 4, 5, and 9, and you go in 6, he might go in 8 more than most players would, which isn't necessarily a mistake at all, because I think that can lead to some promising positions, and I've certainly lost him doing it. But I think he is a player with that kind of bias, so I'm going to try to keep that in mind with my moves. And we see immediately, does instantly go at me. So, could play a fun setup move like 3, 5, 5, 5, and 4. There's probably not good reason to do that. I'm actually pretty bad at going down here. So maybe I should have just been thinking about that much more than I was, because this could already be a situation where I have trouble with the directionality of the game due to not considering how prone he is to this kind of move. So already potentially a tough spot, because I don't necessarily have the cards. I can play 7, 1, 5, 3, and 6, but if they go 5, I don't have it. I can similarly go 5, 6, 3, 3, and again, if they go 5, I do not have it. I also don't want to spend too much time here because it can make it really obvious I don't have it. And I'd sort of rather be subtle here, if I can. So, or I'd rather not make it clear that I don't have access to the cards. But I think I'm gonna have to take a think here. I could go 3, 5, 5, 5, and 2. But I don't like the cards I'm left with. I could play 7, 1, 3, 5, 1, 3 in 7 and just ask them to have it, right? To keep having things. And if they cover 6, they're potentially vulnerable in 5. I can hit a 7 or a 4, but not much else. I can hit a 6 up. Potentially I can make a move in 2 there. I think I'm going to try for just the strong out facing and hope I can set up later. But then I have no setup in 4 even. So if I'm going to do that, maybe I should do it with 7, 1, 5, 3, but I didn't want to use something that had any down power. But maybe that's a little better. Yeah, let's do it this way. But I probably should have been thinking more about how Random Hero plays, because I think I had a good read on his style, but did not adjust remotely to said read. So yeah, we're on +4 with 4 games to go. I think Delhi is on +7 with 2 or 3 games to go. Turds is on +5 after a big 9-1, I think against Random Hero. He said very lucky, played like nonsense that game. But I think on +5 with a few games to go, so Turds in with a shout to win a second GB in a row, which would be very impressive. Dr. Jackson is finished. He's on +7, so if Delhi drops off, that could easily be enough to hold for the win, and is very likely to place in the top few. I think Addy might be on a plus. Ad rules. I think Blizzard finished on +4, which is quite a good score. Just keeps taking. At some point, I gotta set up on something, right? I just don't have the setups, right? Like, I can't really play 3-5-5-5 in 2. I just run out of down. I have no down. I have no down. I'm thinking 7-5-1-3 and 3. This has gone disastrously. Just hoping they go in 6 in a way that sets me up. Because if they set me up, I'm in really good shape because comboing Abyss Worm is so powerful. But I can't really set up on my own. I could play 7-5-1-3 in 2, which sets me up in 1, but that's not that big a deal. I really need them to set me up. So I gotta play somewhere that incentivizes them to set me up. I think this has gone kind of disastrously, but if we get very lucky here, if they happen to have a 7 to the left that they want to try, or something, if they go in 5, I might be just dead, but I might be alive there, because I at least get to lock in a few cards. Just really need a lucky combo at the end here. And I have 2 cards with some potential for that. The 3-5-5-5 could snag something. The 5-6-3-3 could snag some 7. But, oh, this has been horrible. This might be the end of my tournament. Gonna need a lot of luck here. Did not handle Random Hero well. And of course, if they go in 6 and I don't have the combo, I just cry, right? I think I gotta go 6. Which card? And I need combo potential if they go 5, so I actually might want to keep the 5-6-3-3, because both can combo a 7, but it can also combo a 6. And the 3-5-5-5 can combo 7 and 3, and that seems less valuable than 7 and 6. So maybe I use the 3-5-5-5. That also looks more like I'm setting up for 5 myself. Where this is the risk I'm deciding to go with. But this went very wrong from the start. Got absolutely mushed. And I'm now in prayer mode. If they go 2, there's a lot of things I can potentially combo. Though I guess most of them are 5 and 6. So they probably want to go 5. And I just have to hope they actually have a really good card here. Right? That they have something with a 6 or 7 outfacing. Because I lose to a 4, right? If they have like a 2-7-4-4 or something, I just lose. Again, I should bring up the cards and look through which are available. That would have been a smart way to handle the situation. But we're in prayer mode. We're in hope they happen to give us the right number. The worst we can lose here is 8-2. That would be pretty bad. That would be all chances gone. A 6-4, we'd have some chance to recover from. Very low, but like if we happen to spike an 8-2 or 9-1, that is not what we wanted to see. And that sucks because the other card had that, but they probably wouldn't have played it this way against the other card, so we can't just assume. But I think that is my tournament. I think that's the end for me. That is a shame, obviously. And rough to chuck a first turn as well, but never had any handle on that one. Absolute disaster. I'm kind of glad I had one disaster like that in the last GB against Turds, and I'm kind of glad it wasn't on camera. But, ooh. That was not the card we needed to see at the end. Maybe I'll just call it here. See what else is going on. That puts down to +1. Yeah. Makes me tempted to play incredibly risky, just always overpowering stuff play, hoping for late combos, but I A, don't feel comfortable playing like that, and B, would need very good results from that anyway. So I think that's my tournament. And yeah, nice game by Random Hero, and I wish I had done a better job of adjusting to the style. And I'm curious if people have any improvements on this one, because assuming I start with the weak corner there, let's take that for granted, though I'm sure people prefer 5 starters or other starters. I'm curious where I could have done a better job of mitigating the damage on the way, because all the 5s did not end up playing off each other, and I couldn't find good synergies. And I would be really interested if people have thoughts on where to improve this one. Cheers.